What's up, squad? Thanks for stopping by the channel today. I'm your boy Trey, aka Daddy C. We're gonna get right into this today. We're coming off of a wild 2023. So happy New Year, number one, to everybody in 2024. Hope y'all doing well. And right now, we're in a place where the sneaker cycle is just kind of quiet, right? Nice break. We needed it because the holiday time, December, November was crazy. Tons of drops, tons of heat. There's stuff all over the place, different brands and everything. And now that we're in this kind of lull space, it's nice to just kind of be able to, take stock, think about the pairs you were able to cop last year, and just kind of look and start planning for 2024. So today, what I want to talk about is, some top tips on how to get more and valid W's on sneakers in 2024. All right. So right now we're in this place. There's not a lot dropping that, is hype or anybody's really talking about. There's stuff dropping, but it's very low key. Nothing like, that you got all this craziness with the Stanley Cups that's been going on. I saw something today about people reselling Costco cakes. Now, that's the article I read was in Mexico, but it's like, man, nothing's safe. So, I'm like, man, I'm gonna start stocking up on something. I might just start grabbing deodorant or Axe body spray or something, I guess. And maybe there'll be a market at some point. But yeah, wild times going on. Hopefully you're good. There's a lot coming up this year. And I think one of the, we'll get into the tips right now, but there's a lot coming up this year. And one of the top tips I'll have to kind of get us started today, like number one is, budget and be strategic, right? There's like so many drops. You've seen, I think, a list from Jordan Brand where there's like 70 plus, pretty high line drops that are going to be coming forward this year. 70 something, right? That's a lot of kicks. You can't get everyone. I can't get everyone. It's not about being rich. It's about being smart, right? You want to be strategic. You got 2 feet and you don't need 75 pairs of shoes. It's impossible to get them all anyway, unless you're going to go pay resale on a secondary, whatever. But I think, have a budget which you can comfortably spend, allocate, still taking care of all the other responsibilities you have in your life. You don't need every sneaker. And then pick out maybe, the ones that are like, okay, this is a must, this is a must, this is a must. And then do your footwork, do your leg work, get your raffles in, do all the things you need to do. Like I said, raffles, the online drops, get your tools ready. Maybe you can, have some alerts from some different providers that let you know when these things release, when they restock, those types of things. And the number 2 thing, if you miss it, don't run immediately to secondary. We're at a space right now where sneakers has really, the market itself has taken a turn where everything isn't selling out. They're going to these other boutiques or they're sitting, in stores, and a lot of places are dropping these down, on sale. So, you're able to save some money, a week or two after the drop, some even sooner than that. One of the pairs I picked up this last year was the Reimagined Royals. Paid retail for them on the sneakers app. Thought I had a good deal. I got them at retail. They were on sale within a couple of weeks. So, luckily we were able to get the benefit of sale from Nike. But that's, it's been happening with a lot of shoes. A lot of shoes going on sale right away. So just because you missed doesn't mean it's over. You're never going to be able to get it, unless you're paying double the price, whatever. Just take your time. That's another thing. Just take your time. There's a lot of drops. If you do miss this one, move on to the next. And I'm telling you, I've been there. I've been mad about a drop that I missed. But by the next 3, 4 drops that happen, you kind of forget, right? You're not sweating that one pair that dropped that I missed on when I was able to pick up a couple other things, or, the attention span, especially for sneakerheads, is low. Like our attention span is like, boom, drop happens. What's next? And that's the way we got to be with these, with these releases. Another thing is don't just fall and buy into all the hype, because the sneaker cycle machine is real. Companies like Nike, Adidas, whatever, they're multi-million, billion-dollar brands for a reason. Marketing is their main thing. And then, they make good products, right? But they play on our psyche, and everybody's talking about this shoe, that shoe. It's like, I gotta get it, I gotta get it, I get it. Buy what you like, don't fall into the hype, and that's just, if I can say anything, you've seen, people will look at a shoe. Even my guy Sneakernomics, dropped a dope reel about the new Canary Travis Scott that's slated, I guess, to come out at some point this year. And he's talking to this other guy, and he's like, "Oh, this is a kind of a trash colorway." And the dude's like, "But did you see the backward swoosh?" And he's like, "Oh, the backward swoosh. Oh, now it's amazing," right? Because we fall into this hype, right? Just because of the Travis doesn't make it just the greatest thing ever. And we know Travis Scott has done a lot for his brand and collabing with Nike and Jordan brand. He's got his own, pairs coming out, his own new silhouette coming out. But just again, buy what you like. Don't worry about everybody else's opinion. What I wear, may not be something that you like, vice versa. Buy what you like. Another thing is quality over quantity. There's so many drops. It happens all the time. Try to focus on quality pairs, right? Quality materials, quality construction, quality colorways, whatever. Not just let me, gimme. Don't have to be, it's not Pokemon. You ain't got to catch them all. And I know myself included, 100 plus pairs. Do I wear 100 plus pairs? No. I probably wear, a handful kind of on the regular, and these other ones I pull out periodically here and there. But I do try to get aware on all my kicks. But I know some folks that have hundreds of pairs, and they've got pairs that are 5 and 6 years old, still dead stock, still untouched, never touched the ground, never been laced up. So then I ask, then why did you buy it, right? And, I'll be real with you, in my life, just in life in general, I see too many people check out of here, and if you're going to spend the money on the things to experience, experience them, right? Don't let them just sit and just eventually, they'll degrade, they'll rot, and then, you wasted that money. So, if you're saving them up for, I don't know, a rainy day or like a trade later, that's something else. But I think generally speaking, most people buy them. You want to wear them. You hyped about the shoe. Then they just go get stuck in the closet, never to be pulled out every, 2 years to pull them out, look at them and say, ooh, and put them back. Venture out into other brands, right? Everything doesn't have to be just one brand. You've got like your Nike heads, your Jordan heads, whatever. But there's brands like New Balance, there's Asics, there's Saucony, or Saucony as people say these days, that are doing a lot of things, right, out in the sneaker space. So venture out, try some different brands, different silhouettes, and, you'll see, shoot, man, I got a couple pair of New Balance in my collection, and I'm in the DMV area, Baltimore. New Balance has been here forever, but you take your foot out of a Jordan 1, put in a New Balance, you floating. It's so comfortable, so good. So yeah, try some other brands, venture out, get some different things. Another, get things that maybe are different colors, so you don't have 50, like myself. I had a bunch of like blue Nike SBs. They were not the same blue, but blue in some family. And I'm like, man, I need some other colors, not just all a blue and gray, blue and white, blue and this, blue, whatever. So get some other things that kind of complement and change, and they can go with different outfits, different clothes, whatever. Make sure, try to focus, if you're, starting out in the sneaker space, focus on classics, these fads, and, sometimes you get some hype stuff, that comes and goes. I don't know, what's the one that, well, wasn't a sneaker, but like the big red boot, it had everything, right? It was everywhere. And people went and spent money on those, and that went the way of the dinosaur. But focus on the classics, right? Get you a Jordan 1 low, a Jordan 1 high, a Jordan 3, like establish a good foundation for your collection. And those things, they last you forever. They're timeless. You can look into pre-owned, you can save $1, lightly used shoes. We go to like different resale shops, things like that. A lot of times they'll have some used stuff, or you can go online to eBay and some places like that, and buy, and save yourself a good chunk of money on something that's like a, 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10. Doesn't have to be 10 out of 10. I mean, some people only want brand new shoes, dead stock shoes, which I get. But if it's, let me build some collection, let me get some classics, some things that are like, maybe they're way out of reach, price wise, brand new. You get it, let's 8, 9 out of 10, you save yourself a couple $100 or better. So that's something to consider too. And the last thing would be, if you really want a pair or whatever, and you got the means, you want to pay, secondary, by all means do that, right? But myself, for me, it's like paying retail is a win. I will pay resale every now and again if it's something that I really, really want, or there's no chance of it restocking or another re-release. I may wait a little bit, see what prices do, and then look maybe at a 9 out of 10, and again, save that money. So I try to take my own advice and do that. And that's it, man. I think these tips could help, somebody out there. I get a lot of questions a lot of times, just through the videos here and on IG and everything at Real Daddy Seed. People like, man, you hit on everything. How do how you get so many shoes? And it's not that I hit on everything at all. I miss a lot. But I'm also selective because the biggest thing to keep in mind is this sneaker thing. And again, we see the Nike release calendar and all these other drops from other brands. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. You could really get caught out there just running up your cards, trying to catch everything. It's easy to do that, but if you strategically take your time, you don't have to bite on everything that drops that looks cool, because so much will sit in your closet that looks cool and you'll never wear it, and they'll degrade or whatever. You may sell it later, but again, that's a lot more work, right? If you bought it, then you never wear it. Now you're going to sell it. Maybe you make 50, $100, a year, 2 years later, 3 years later. Was it really worth it? Or could you have just, done something different with that money, your time, your effort, whatever. But that's how I am. I just try to be, selective, and have some type of strategy when I see the release calendar. So that's just some tips for me, man. I just wanted to drop in, say what's up, talk to y'all real quick for the new year. And I wish everybody all the W's coming forward this year. Hope we all just hit what we want. I know first on the list for me is those reimagined bread fours. Man, I love them. So sweet. Hope we all get those W's. And I will see y'all on the next one. Thanks for hanging out. Peace.